A San Diego judge dropped charges against rapper Brandon Duncan, also known as Tiny Do, and co-defendant Aaron Harvey, citing a lack of evidence. The district attorney's office accused them of benefiting from a string of shootings under a controversial gang conspiracy law. Aaron Harvey joins me now with more details. And Aaron, what were you charged with, and how did prosecutors connect you to these crimes?
I was charged with 9 separate counts of conspiracy to commit shootings. My connection, the district attorney's office says, was Facebook photos and the number of stops that I've had in my community, which were, I believe, about over 50.
You mean the number of stops when you went outside driving, just walking around?
Driving, walking around, standing in front of my grandmother's house, just hanging out, all stops in my community.
Okay. What benefit did prosecutors say you received out of these gang shootings or being affiliated with these gang shootings?
They said my benefit is, because they have me documented as a gang member, my benefit is my stature goes up. The fear of other people outside of the community of that, and then my stature within the community rises. So, I don't know how you can even measure or level stature. But that's what
I was going
to
ask, did your stature go up?
I didn't even know I had stature, so yeah.
Okay. District Attorney Bonnie DeManis released a statement about the dismissal of the charges yesterday. It says in part, it's unfortunate that in spite of the evidence transparently available in the court record and court rulings that clearly establish their active gang membership during the time of the shootings, the media and community has allowed itself to be manipulated by individuals who are misrepresenting their true level of gang involvement. Now, the DA's office still maintains that you are an active gang member. Are you now, or were you associated with the Lincoln Park gang?
No, I'm not a gang member. Never been a gang member. But with the district attorney's office, their narrative of what they want to say is pretty much everybody's a gang member. They have 543 people in the Lincoln Park community documented as gang members. And if the district attorney wanted to, this was his words, that he could have went and locked up 543 people and put them on this case. They say that I'm a gang member based on, again, Facebook photos. Facebook photos are what they consider to be gang signs, not signs that represent a community, not signs that represent a high school, So with those, the narrative that they're portraying is that these things are gang related when the community in the high school was there way before the gang. We represent our community like the average person would represent a high school, a college, a fraternity, or a sorority.
Did you know you were in the Cal Gangs database?
No, I was documented when I was 18. I didn't know I was a documented gang member until I was 26, facing 56 years of life in prison on a $1.1 million bail.
And that was in relationship to these charges?
Yes.
You were in jail for 7 months awaiting trial. How did that change your life?
Well, besides the financial troubles that it's caused me, having to break my lease on my apartment and having to afford the food and everything in jail and the phone time, but just the psychological thing. Like I still wake up at 4 o'clock every morning just waiting for the police to kick in my door. I tense up when I see police officers. I feel like people are following me. It's then when you're in jail and then you have to deal with the troubles that are in jail, when you're accused of doing a shooting in somebody else's neighborhood, you might become a victim while you're in jail.
A retaliation
exactly.
type of thing. Let me ask you this, though. There's people who will say, hey, look, the police might say, hey, look, we're just trying to rid neighborhoods of gangs. There are gangs in neighborhoods. They do bad things. They do violent things. Mm-hmm. So, we're trying to rid the neighborhood of gangs.
Yeah, that's what their story that they tried to say. But if you want to rid the neighborhood of gangs, then go get the people who actually committed the crimes. There's nobody's charged on these crimes. I'm not against them locking up gang members, but then again, it's not illegal to be a gang member. So what they're trying to do is basically like the Minority Report. They say these are the guys who can or will commit a crime. So then you put them in prison for life.
You have some new plans now. You were studying to be a real estate agent. Now what are you going to do?
I'm going to law school. I'm actively going to be an activist in my community, and I'm going to law school. I have to. You can't fight fire with the system. But if you put yourself in a position to where now you have those type of jobs where you can make change in policy and laws, then that's where you can make the difference. So I feel it's my obligation to put myself in that position to make a difference.
Are you going to try to repeal the law?
It will be repealed. Like I've said many times, this was just round one. You know, this is just the beginning. They woke up a few sleeping giants, and we're gonna get 1A2.5 off the books. We're gonna repeal Proposition 21. We're gonna go after the step back. We're gonna go after documentation laws. You know, we're gonna go after a lot of things.
All right, Aaron Harvey, thanks so much for talking with us.
Thank you very much.